Oh,
I just if I like this.
Who was the last person in here?
Me.
Oh, okay.
You don't like the way I drive?
You just like sit so forward and...
I sit up.
Oh, no.
You lay down in the back seat. It's funny, he has longer legs than me, but he scoots the seat forward, but then he leans way far back.
That's just how it is. Alrighty.
So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Way to Sun. I am Michelle. This is Richard from Bentleys Backswoods Bushcraft.
So I noticed...
Hold on, I'm going to do a car chat vlog again today. Keep it simple, keep it quick. And go. You noticed.
I noticed that you cut out all of that chat we had about your family history.
I did, because I had to shorten something. It was going to be a 20-minute vlog otherwise, and I wanted to have Seth in there.
Okay. So I was going to mention it today, but do you really want to?
Sure, we can.
Okay. So anyway, I'm a huge genealogist. I love family history, especially if it's mine.
So much so that at one point in time in our lives, he was at the library so much in our genealogy department that I could call up there and ask for genealogy, and the woman's name was Michelle, and I would say, "Hi, Michelle," and she would say, "Hi, Michelle." I'd be like, "Is Richard still busy?" And she'd look over, I would guess, and then she'd say, "Yep." I'm like, "Can you let him know his time is up and his wife needs him at home, please?" And she would say, "I sure can." And then about half hour later, he would be home.
Well, yeah, but it would always take me 10 or 15 minutes
to
stop what I was doing.
I wasn't implying that it took you forever to get home. I was just saying how it was.
It was, yeah, if I was gone, I was at the library, plain and simple.
Yep.
But eventually, I've been doing my family tree research
at least
for
20 years.
25 years now. I started when I was 25.
Okay.
So I've been doing it for 25 years now. And quite honestly, I'm about as far back as I'm going to get. And I have as much solid information as I'm really going to get, unless I'm adding people. So
like new family, like newborns and marriages.
And it gets to the point now where I'll go to the genealogy library and I'll just randomly pick a name out of my tree, no matter how far back it is, no matter how distant it is, and I'll just start working on it just to have something to do. But I work on Michelle's family.
And that's where this next part of the conversation is going to come in.
Okay. Okay.
You didn't want it to go there?
Well, no, I was just going to say I also work on my other kids' because I have 3 other children by 2 other women. And I work on their genealogies as well. Some people are like, well, why do you work on them?
He struggled till he got to me, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It took me a lot of work to get to her, and then she fixed me. But anyway, I'm actually kind of feeling down today.
Oh, don't feel down.
No, I'm trying not to. I had an episode, so...
Yeah, last night he had an episode, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, one of her family stories, and you always notice that a lot of families have these family stories.
Family stories.
And usually there's a tad bit of truth behind it.
What's up with your voice right there?
But that's about it.
12-year-old with her voice cracker,
Usually, there's about a tad bit of realism in those stories. So anyway, her big family story is that they're related to Chief Little Turtle, Miami chief from this area.
Miami Indian chief.
Yes. So anyway, I've done research for a good part of 20 years now.
Our togetherness.
And I've found the truth behind it. But you go ahead and tell the story, and then I'll tell the truth behind it.
So the story goes that my great-grandmother is a direct descendant of Chief Little Turtle. If you look at our family, especially like my grandma really had the Miami Indian face. I have a Miami Indian face.
Oh, without doubt.
Now my grandma even had the hair. Like I don't remember her without peppered hair, like salt and pepper hair. But I do remember the thickness and the curliness of her hair. Like, you couldn't just run your fingers through her hair. Her hair was the thickness that you could style it, and my aunt, my grandma's youngest daughter, my Aunt Mary, would style her hair, and it would stay that way for 2 or 3 weeks with minimal hairspray. I mean, it was crazy the way her hair just froze in place. And so, that's the story, is that my great-grandma Clara is a direct descendant of Chief Little Turtle. But here's what hubby found out.
Okay, so anyway, well, and also, we were at Connor's Prairie. You want to tell the Connor Prairie story real quick?
We were at Connor Prairie with Michael when he was like 6 years old. Or 7, I guess it was 7 years old. And it's what time period? I can never remember. Like
the early 1800s.
So around the early 1800s, it's a living reenactment place, and they're set up all year. It's not like these ones that only set up every now and then. Like, this is a permanent museum and reenactment place. Food, rallies sounds good. And so we see this picture from Miami Indian, and Richard and I both are like,
yeah, it's
what? It's me with a really good tan and really good curly hair.
Yeah, it's Miami
dark hair.
The Miami Indians are a strong mix of African American.
They almost look. To me, they almost look
Aboriginal. Yes,
yeah.
Aboriginal. That's even a better one. They look like they're Aboriginals from Australia.
Just not, the coloring's not as dark, and the features aren't as sharp. You know how, like, an Aborigine, their features are very bold.
The Miamis are more rounded.
They're softer.
Look at her face, and that's a Miami Indian if she was dark and had curly hair.
Really good tan.
Yeah.
A really good tan.
But anyway.
So here, now you can...
So, the story behind it is nice, and I've been looking for 20 years. And the truth behind it...
That you've been able to find so far.
That I have been able to find so far is that her great uncle married a full-blooded Miami Indian. And I have all that information. And that's the line. Now, I don't know if...
how much information can we find on Clara's family?
Very little.
So we still don't know that there's not a more direct line.
There could be a more direct line.
We haven't been able to find a direct line with Clara.
Not yet. But her great uncle, Michelle's great uncle, married a full-blooded Miami Indian. And I was finally able to find that line. And it's difficult to trace Native American roots because, one,
especially since we disbanded.
Well, they didn't keep records. And two, the real honest-to-goodness true Native Americans don't share that stuff. They're like they're still mad. They're still mad about us kicking their heinies, I think.
Well, and they're still mad because they're still getting treated like...
No, I admit we treat them like crap. But anyways, yeah, they're not forthcoming with their information. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, I finally found that link. But yeah, she looks 100% Miami Indian if you threw dirt on her face and curled her hair.
Put me in black paint.
Yeah, put her in blackface and
blackface. That's what I said. Whoa, people!
Did really tight
curls to my hair.
Yeah, that's a Miami Indian for you.
And what stinks is that day that we saw that picture, we were kind of getting rushed through that museum, and we didn't take a picture of the picture.
Yeah, which sucks. I want to go back just to
we want to go back just to do that, but it costs like $40 a piece to get into this place.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty steep.
I mean, we could take Seth, but
I'm not even sure if it's still, that picture's probably still around.
I say, yeah, we're not even sure that picture would still be there.
But if it is,
that was cool. Like 13 years ago.
So anyway, that's her Miami Indian story.
That's my Miami Indian story.
I myself have found...
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I myself have found every culture on the planet in my genealogy except Native American. That's the only one I can't find.
And this is one of the reasons we actually both want to do that genealogy.
The DNA thing,
yeah.
My great aunt Lucy.
That was fun to say. It's great Aunt Betty.
Yeah, great Aunt Betty.
Great Aunt Betty.
My great aunt Lucy looked so much Native American, it was just pitiful. And she swore to us, because I had a lot of talks with her when I was younger. She swore to us that we were Cherokee and Shawnee. But there again, I've never found any link, and I've been working diligently on the family tree for 25 years, and I've still never found any real honest link with that.
So there's that.
And I've tried.
Big hole.
Yep. To be totally honest, out of all of the cultures on the planet, the one I was hoping that I would fall into was Native American, just because I just really like that culture, and that's the one that I'm not related to in any way, shape, or form. I know.
Not all of us
although,
so perfect.
although I am, you know, strong European, French Viking type person. Speaking of, not on your channel, but I'm going to start talking about the movement of man and my theory about Native Americans, at least certain cultures of Native Americans, coming from France and not Russia. Although the DNA does say it's Russia, but I think it's only that group that they studied. Yeah, I don't think it's all.
All right, guys, I'm going to end it because we are at our food place. If you're new, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
1 second, please.
Click on the bell so you get notifications, and I will see you guys later. Bye.